Welcome to the Special Education Services presentation on emotions and behaviour. This presentation today will cover how do emotions influence behaviour, ideas to think about, and some strategies to help. How do emotions influence behaviour? How children are feeling will impact on how they behave. The main emotion felt by the child may not always be obvious to us. Some of the behaviours we see may not reflect the emotions driving them. Previous childhood experiences can influence behaviours seen. We must always bear this in mind. And thinking about what happened directly before the behaviour is important. These trigger events will be the antecedent for the behaviour we are seeing. This graphic explains what we have been discussing in the previous slide. The behaviour we see is above the surface on the iceberg, above the waterline. And the behaviour shown, as you can see, is anxiety. Underneath the waterline are the feelings and emotions that are hiding behind the main behaviour, anxiety. These feelings and emotions that are under the waterline drive the main behaviour we're seeing, and in this case it could be embarrassment, disgust, jealousy, sadness, feeling lonely, confused, frustrated. All of these feelings and emotions will drive the main behaviour we are seeing above the waterline. Some common behaviours seen. When children or young people are overwhelmed, their behaviour can be seen as fitting into a fight, flight or freeze response. A fight response is physical or verbal aggression and confrontational behaviour, like hitting, kicking, punching, throwing, spitting, damaging property. Some children and young people may swear, scream, shout and cry. The next response we typically see is flight. This is when children and young people choose to run away and distance themselves from the perceived or definite threat or danger. And that is hiding, avoiding, not engaging with people and generally running away from the situation. The third response is freeze. This is when the brain is deciding whether to fight or run away, fight or flight. And this is the time when the brain's deciding and the child or young person can literally freeze. And this is when they're quiet, withdrawn, they shut down, they're not making eye contact, they're talking quietly, or in fact some instances not at all, or they start to mumble. So that is freeze. And all of these responses involve physical changes in the body. And some of these physical changes are sweating, breathing hard, increased heart rate, things like that. Some ideas to think about. You may already have a good understanding of your child's emotions in different situations. Their emotions may well change over time as they grow and develop and grow in resilience to the situation they find themselves in. Let them know that you understand how they feel and why. Validate and attune to them by saying things like, I can see that you are feeling sad, happy, angry, upset. I wonder if you are feeling sad about throwing that toy yesterday. How can I help? Look at it from the child's point of view. Try to imagine what they're seeing, what they're feeling, what they're being asked to do, and how that is actually affecting them. Allow them time and space to calm down. Encourage them to talk things through when they're ready. We must always be aware of the language we use. Positive statements. We must try to be solution focused to help work towards positive solutions to help the children and young people. Teach them how to recognise facial expressions that show basic emotions: happy, sad, angry, calm. A way of doing this is that you can write the emotions on a piece of paper or card, turn it into a game, take it in turns to pick one, use a hand mirror to show the emotion being felt. Model this with your child so that they can see you doing the facial expression. Model how to do it always with your child, and this will help them to visualize the emotion being felt and develop their understanding of actually what it looks like on the face. You can then talk with them about what makes them feel this way and why. Strategies to help. Use I statements. For example, I can see that you are feeling cross, angry, sad because your pencil broke. How can we work together to make things better? Use an agreed, safe and quiet calming space where they can be alone. So some activities they can do in their calm space could include reading, drawing, colouring, listening to some music, Lego, art and craft. Make yourself available when your child wants to talk and share their feelings. To help them share their feelings, we can use feelings faces, feelings lines, emotion scaling. We can ask them to draw the feeling, what it looks like. We can use pictures of different emojis and facial expressions that can they can point to. We can use a 1 to 10 scale so that they can show us how much they are feeling an emotion and actually when they feel it. More strategies to help. A really important one is to remove all distractions before you talk to each other. Example, turn off the television, put your phone away, sit down together and actually focus on the child and listen, really listen to what's being said. And then thank them for explaining how they feel or how they felt. Remind them of their achievements and identify together the things they can do well. And this could be something like, I'm really proud of you because you were able to tell me how you were feeling. It could just be something like, you're really good at cooking. I love how you smile at me. A really important strategy is to move on together from this point. Once they've explained how they felt or how they feel, you can move on together from this point and make a new start, because we must always remember tomorrow is another day. Thank you for listening.